the trade, the commission we charge inversely proportional to the size of the deal. Meaning if it's a big B2B deal, we will charge 2%. If it's a smaller deal, we will charge more.
Is it also based on subscription? I mean, aside from the fact that you charge 2 to 12%.
We are a B2B business, and yes, it's a subscription model. We verify every company and every product before allowing them on the platform, and even the buyers, which are our trade point, the mobile banking point actually next door. Those are our buyers who allow us on the platform. So yes, the subscription-based model for both parties.
Great. And one more question from the panel before we wrap up.
Hello. So the question is about the market size. You mentioned 1 billion people, but I don't think you're going to reach 1 billion people at this stage. So what's your market target right now?
Within the next 2 years, our market is ECOWAS. And we already had some substantial steps. We already have the support of the government of Togo, the government of Cote d'Ivoire, which are helping us deploy. As a client, we have Nestle, the group, which also have an online shop with us, helping us deploy. Now, of course, we have the United Bank for Africa, which is already a great stepping stone for us to go to the other market. And lastly, our business model is very low capex. You know, we don't build anything. We use the national post, we use the existing infrastructure of mobile banking. They even bought buses for us. So our expansion is easy and brings money to us. So yes, I believe that we can reach more countries and more platforms because we have a really low capex expansion model.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for, but thank you very much for your questions, judges, and thank you to Vital once more. Big round of applause for Vital as he leaves. Okay, our next contestant is from Nigeria. Her name is Mahasin Quadri, and she will be pitching her innovative tech startup, Cash Madam.
They told me everybody's
big round of applause for Mahasin, please. Apologies. This is Sandra Okwekwe of Nigeria, who will be pitching Eku Prune. Round of applause, please.
When you do them to the right song, let's shoot this movie and put the shit on repeat.
Hello, my name is Sandra Onwekwe, and I am the co-founder of EcoPrune. This is my Lagos, where waste litters the environment, where waste is found in the drainage, where there are floods from blocked drainages. This is my Lagos experience. At the age of 19, it became a problem I could no longer stand, and I sought a solution where waste could be managed better, where waste could be taken off the street. 5 years after that, EcoPrune was born to promote waste recycling among households, schools, businesses, where they are taught to separate their waste into the recyclable portion and the organic portion. The recyclable portion is collected by us for processing into new products, while subscribers can in turn gain eco points from the weight of the recyclables collected to exchange for cash, items, electronics, whatever they wish. Where we currently operate, there are about 1.2 million people actively producing waste daily, of about 285,000 tons of waste annually. We are able to make money through the sales of the recyclables, such as papers, cans, aluminium. We have run for over, we generate revenue from that. For the plastics waste stream, take for example, if we recycle 720 tons, we can generate a revenue of $151,000. This is just 1% of the waste generated in Alimosho, which is over 45,000 tons of plastic. Over 1 year of our operation, we have reached 300 subscribers who eagerly want to recycle with an investment of $40,000. Our team in the market have some market players. The recycling industry is so huge, which it has a lot of competitors in it, both formal and informal sector competitors. But we are different because we want to provide a zero-waste solution where every waste produced is managed. We also want to treat and recycle the organic portion of waste. Our team is managed by Wumi Ogunde, who has 10 years experience in waste processing, and myself, who brings in business management into it. Our ask is for $50,000, which will enable us to expand to a new space, to get equipment, and for a marketing campaign to reach 4,000 new subscribers. We believe that waste is a resource, and we want to provide sustainable waste management. Join us as we do so. Thank you.
That was a great pitch. That's Sandra Okwekwe. Big round of applause for her again, please. Judges, do any of you have questions for Sandra?
My question is about your competition. I've seen different businesses with the same model before. So what makes you different?
For us, most of the competitors look at certain parts of the waste product, maybe pick plastic or aluminum cans. We want every single waste produced recycled, and every day my team looking into providing that solution. Take, for example, 50% of the waste in Lagos is organic waste, and it still ends up in job sites. We want a solution for that, and we want to see organic waste recycled.
Yeah, thanks a lot. The question I have is, can you give me some your thoughts on how you think you can scale the level where you hit the kind of revenues that you make?
For us to reach that revenue, we need to grow the volumes of waste recycled. We also need to grow the subscribers as well. So for us to hit about $101,000, we need 4,000 active recyclers who would provide us with the volume generated amount.
Any more questions, judges? One last one.
Question to you is this. You spoke about waste. In Nigeria and Lagos, there are all different kinds of waste, and even on the island, you find some of them. And which ones are you targeting exactly?
Now, we can only collect plastic, aluminum, papers, glass as well. We also collect some HDP, and that's some form of plastic. For now, that's what we are, which is actually a wide range as compared to other markets.
Great, that's all the time we have for now, but thank you very much once more, Sandra. Our next contestant, comes all the way from Madagascar. Please welcome Jessica Rakutua-Risoa, who is here to present her business, Nomad Life.
Hello everyone, I'm Jessica. I'm come from Madagascar. Yesterday, when I was arrived in Lagos, there was no electricity to charge my devices. It's like, it's like a common problem for all of us, right? So I'm here to bring a solution. This is the solution of the problem. Nomad, here. Imagine if you can charge your devices every time, everywhere, easily and freely. Yes, this is the first solar bag made from natural fiber and recovered material from Madagascar by women work from vulnerable areas. Okay, there are two products, but first, this is the green technology. This green technology just collects the energy from the sun. And there, the power management. This power management, you just put the cable off your phone and it's charged. That's it. There are two products. Nomad Life and Nomad School. Nomad Life is all accessory we produce to charge our devices. And Nomad School is the free bag light for all African kids to help them to study at home. Yes. For Nomad Life, we sell Nomad Life at $80 for now. And since 2017, we've attracted over early adopters from 45 countries. And we think that we are competitive too. Because of what? Because of combining innovation and tradition, because of the price. We are the cheapest in the market. $80 against $250. And what we need exactly? We need you. We need you to work with us. Why do you work with us? Because we are the team. We are the team, reliable and creative team from Madagascar, shaped from warm friendship and confidence. Because you believe what we believe. It's created process, sustainable, and using technology using technology to couple with eco-friendly strategy to transform Africa. And finally, because we want together put and bring all young African entrepreneurs to think sustainably in their businesses. So thank you so much.
Well done to Jessica. Thank you very much for that presentation. Judges, do you have any questions for Jessica? Claude.
Great business. I have a question. What is it that you do that cannot be replicated, and how will you scale your business? Because I understand you're using a community of women. What if you get a big order tomorrow? Are you going to be able to deliver?
Yes, so that's the issue of handicraft, because we are still there. We can deliver about
increase profit or optimize their resources. We've already had a very successful time since we started in 2016, generated over 350 installs in month 1 of launch. We've raised over $6,000 in pre-seed funding, which we use to develop our app. We've also got a technical partnership with Oracle Nigeria. Our competitors include businesses like Accountier and Verge, but the difference between Cash Madam and Accountier and Verge is that Cash Madam is free and secured your mobile number, not your mobile phone. Cash Madam is also free of connectivity, so you don't need to have connectivity. You don't need hardware to use it. And it's designed to be so simple that absolutely anybody who can make a phone call with a mobile phone can use it. We have a team of a developer, a designer, and myself, business lead. And we have a combined experience of 20 years. We also have a well-experienced board of advisors. We're seeking $50,000 in funding to be able to upgrade our app, to be able to generate 360 subscribers over the next 24 months, partnerships with useful organizations to access their customer base. And
thank you very much. The time has run out, I'm afraid, but please give it up for Mahasin. Thank you very much, Mahasin. Judges, any questions? Yeah, Sam, please.
I have a quick question. Can you tell me, how are you going to make money from this arrangement?
You have Cash Madam Base free, and then Cash Madam Pro charged at $10 per user per year. Our target is to raise 360,000 subscribers over the next 24 months. And with those kind of statistics, we can generate about 9.2 million in subscription fees, in advertising and in partnership over the next 24 months.
Just a question. What's the best strategy you're using to implement to increase subscribers?
Okay. What we do is, on board, we're going to employ a team of foot soldiers who will go to the trade associations, religious organizations, and the social organizations.
You have them already?
We don't have the funding for them right now.
Okay.
But when we do get the funding, we will. And what we're doing right now is we're partnering with the organizations that have the funding for it. So then we'll use their marketing might and their HR might, deploy foot soldiers to the marketplaces, the churches and the religious organizations, trade associations and social associations, where these people are, and onboard them. That's how we're going to increase traffic over time.
And one last question for Molucci.
I have a question. What sort of deal are you hoping to get back from the investor for asking for $50,000? What sort of deal? You understand my question? So you want $50,000. Are you willing to give up control?
Equity.
Because you, okay.
We're looking for investors who have knowledge and the clout and the skills. Also be more than investors to also advise and take an active role within the business. We're also looking for investors who can help us expand the possibilities of Cash Madam.
Because you could have gone a different route. You could have looked for an angel investor, for instance. Maybe you don't need, because this could become bigger than you could ever imagine.
Yes.
So,
Cash Madam say that there are about 36 million small businesses in Nigeria alone. Yeah. Cash Madam has the ability to scale all Africa and in fact all the world.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for, but thank you very much. A big round of applause for Mahasin. Now, last but not least, our next contestant is from Tunisia. His name is Mohamed Dawafi, and he will be pitching his innovative healthcare solution, Cure. Please give a warm welcome to Mohamed. Let me give him.
that? Okay, at least. That will be better. I hope they will understand that. I start now? Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed Dawifi. I'm from Tunisia. Did you know that holding the hand of the one you love, grabbing a cup of water, or writing your comment now is a luxury? Actually, more than 30 million people around the world don't have access to that luxury because they're amputees, because they lost their hand. This number is increasing every year. In Tunisia, we have at least 6,000 amputees. We have 100 more. What's more shocking here is that 70% of them don't have access to any prosthetic, and just 10% can afford bionic hands. In Cure, we believe that no human being can be broken or disabled. That's why we are providing amputees with bionic hands and an innovative rehabilitation solution. Our prosthetic is 3D printed using an ecological raw material extracted from corn. It's controlled via muscles, and thanks to artificial intelligence, it's effortless and intuitive. It will be sold for just 4,000 US dollar, and it will cost just 2,000 US dollar. We tested our prosthetic with an amputee. We got a lot of feedback about the design, the battery, and the socket. Now we are trying to implement all of that, get the final product. We are, once ready, it will be competitive to what is in the market because it's customizable, its socket is adjustable, it has multi-grips functionalities and a freezing mode. And it will be sold for 1/3 of the price of the cheapest prosthetic in the market. For the rehabilitation solution, it's based on virtual reality. It's more entertaining, it's shorter, it can be performed from home, and then give us data that we can use later. We'll generate revenues thanks to selling prosthetics to doctors, clinics, hospitals, NGOs, and later on, we'll be selling monthly subscription to physiotherapists, and we'll be selling reports. We made some partnerships with Experiencia, which is working on user experience, and 2 hospitals. We are going to target or to catch our clients thanks to inspiring media content, humanitarian actions, and participating in events. We got the support of our government. We got the support of the president himself. He's so proud of that. And now we did a lot of great things, but now we want to focus on getting the first African bionic hand into the market and to start selling and then expanding to the other African markets. All of that will need just 150,000 US dollar to make the key hires, just to accelerate the R&D and the operations and the good marketing campaign. All of these great things couldn't be done without this multidisciplinary motivated team. We had an amputee in the team. He's a designer. He's designing or participating in the design of his future hand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
That was Mohamed Dawafi from Tunisia. Judges, do you have any questions for Mohamed? Claude.
Hi, Mohamed. I have a question. Who is your customer who is going to pay the 4,000? Is it a B2B customer or is it a B2C customer?
I don't know. Actually, we are using the B2B model at first because it's related to body and to healthcare. So for more credibility, we are going to go through like doctors, clinics, and medical centers. And then once we get the credibility of the market and we get the validation, we can just start selling directly. But first, it's gonna, even for expansion, it will be easier for us to get through third parties because they know where the customers are. They know like the characterization of the customer since the prosthetic is customizable. So it's not a standard, so it's customizable.
More questions? Sam, please.
Do you have any proprietary right? Technology itself. Is there anything different that somebody can copy this in the market? Very easy. I said, do you have any proprietary rights?
Actually, we started that recently in Tunisia, and we are still like it needs like 1 year to be validated, and we are at the same time working on improving like the algorithm and the like electronic circuits, etc. And we'll do that again for the final product that we protect.
Final question from Lanre.
Basically, I feel $4,000 is a lot of money, and I think you should sort
What
of.
about the feelings of $12,000?
$12,000?
Yeah, that's the cheapest thing in Africa. Autobook, that's the cheapest prosthetic. So that feeling is better than mine?
Well, I think I. Because for me, what I'm looking at is like in a place like Africa, you know, I know that personally I've seen some amputees like in my church, for instance, and I know that the first thing they think of is feeding and all of that. So I feel that if you're coming to the market, you have to figure out how to make it a bit still more cheaper.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to answer you like in
Very
a better way now.
important.
I was like trying to get. So the thing is that at first we are trying to invest more money in the R&D. So we're like making a good part of our gain to like reinvest it in the R&D. Once we get like our own like sensors or like most of the components, we'll try to reduce the price. And also we are trying to work on the mechanical prosthetic, which is so cheap. So just by articulation, it will
It's
close.
very important
No
to reduce
electronics.
the price.
Yeah, that's for the low
Because
low income
$4,000
market.
is a lot of money in Africa, in Nigeria, for instance.
Yeah, actually,
It's over
I'm
$1
willing
million.
like to make it the first African bionic hand. Why should we just bring it from Europe or like USA? We can make it
Okay.
here.
Well,
Yeah.
good.
That's all we have time for. Thank you very much, Mohamed Dawafin. And that concludes the presentations from the pitchers for this fourth edition of the Tony Elumelu Foundation Pitching Competition. Please give all of them a warm round of applause. Very difficult task to try and pitch your idea in 3 minutes, and they all did a great job. We're now collecting the scores from the judges, and whilst those scores are being added together, there's going to be a discussion by our panelists talking about business and any advice that they have from some of the contestants. So I'm going to invite Sam Wanze up to the stage, and he's going to take over from me. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Isn't it amazing the kind of things that are happening on the continent? Yeah, if you think it's amazing, let me raise your hand. I think it's wonderful. You know, I mean, I sit in the Hairs Holdings group and I have access to see some of the things these entrepreneurs are doing. But listening to them speak today, you know, I'm even more amazed. And many of us don't know how difficult it is to come up on stage, you know, and try and sell your business. But for those entrepreneurs who are in 2018, your time is coming next year, right? When we will probably do the same thing. Okay, so what I want to do in the next couple of minutes is, you know, we've been sitting there as judges and asking questions. And right there, you know, with the guys sitting there is a wealth of knowledge and a lot of things that I think they can advise that they can give the entrepreneurs that have come up on stage, but also to give advice to, you know, all of you entrepreneurs that are seated here today. So I'm going to be asking each of our panelists, and I'm fortunate, you know, being the only guy on the team, I don't have to answer any of these questions, so I just throw it to them, which is one of the advantages of being a guy, and then they have to provide answers to us. And then we ourselves can look at those answers. Good answers. So I'm going to be, you know, talking to each of our judges to share some of their own experiences and to give specific advice to any of the entrepreneurs that came up on stage to pitch, and then also to give